Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. All right, so I really don't like spending time talking about a person who seems to continue to weaponize, the race situation, or continue to play victim to something that she has deemed as gratification to Black women. And if you don't know what I'm talking about Asia Wilson. Now, the latest saga of Asia Wilson continue to roll. Just spent last week talking about her Nike shoe deal and how her and Sheryl Swoopes continue to monopolize and use race as a situation to where thinking that Black women do not get the shine that they do. And I'm here to tell you the narrative is no other than completely false. Because the fact of the matter is, you just put out your shoe. You should be grateful. You've been in the league over 7 years. You got a shoe deal with Nike that was in the works for over 2 years. Then you act like there was no shoe deal until Caitlin Clark got her shoe endorsement by Nike. Then you went on this rant. Then you target your own player, Kelsey Plum, in a video talking about how Paige Beckers acknowledged her white privilege. Ever since Paige Becker stood up at the ESPYs and said that speech, it's just it set off an unprecedented storm, because what Paige did, she shouldn't have to do. She shouldn't have to at all. And I just feel like the narratives between Black and white, if a white athlete is just as good as a Black athlete, a white athlete should stand up and acknowledge their white privilege because they're good? Nah. So, in this latest episode, Asia Wilson was awarded, when I say awarded, Time Life Magazine's Woman of the Year. Now, that's nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to sneeze at. She earned the right. She earned the right. Hey, congratulations, I guess. But me personally, to go on a tangent instead of say, hey, I'd like to congratulate, being in this position. Same thing with Caitlin Clark winning Athlete of the Year for Time Magazine. And a lot of people kind of feel like Caitlin Clark should have won Woman of the Year based on what she has done. But we already know the narrative that she's not going to win that. There was already a role when she won Athlete of the Year, and a lot of people said, well, Asia Wilson should have won that. Okay, well, say Asia Wilson did win Athlete of the Year and Caitlin Clark won Woman of the Year. It still would have been an argument about that. So no matter what, I look at it as this. No matter how we feel about Caitlin Clark winning or should have this or should have that, at the end of the day, she's not going to win everything. But that's neither here or there. I'm here to talk about Asia Wilson, the race baiter, the woman that continues to monopolize her victimhood when you single-handedly started the whole race war as soon as Caitlin Clark came into the league. I hate to see what it's going to look like when Paige comes into the league this year. I hate to see it. Like I said, you pretty much ran your own teammate out of town, Kelsey Plum, who left. But it seems like you can't stop because you feel like you have not accomplished anything. When you have accomplished so much in a short time, in a time that you've been in there in the league, you have accomplished much. You won 2 WNBA titles. You have won multiple MVP awards. You have broke scoring records. You have you have done so much, but to continue to push this narrative just to solidify your place is really trying to be nice about this. It's really um, beneath you, but that's who she is. She is the most unlikable person right now. And me, like I said before, I do not respect her. Her game is okay. I'm not thrilled about her game. She can play, but I can't respect her as a person. And I just see that the Vegas organization, she's going to be the last one standing because Chelsea Green's not going to play forever. Jackie Young probably going to be a free agent soon. She's going to want out. And she's going to be her and Becky Hammond are going to probably be the only two there because nobody going to want to play for that team. It's going to be that bad where nobody going to want to play for that team. And she's going to look to go out and try to team up with somebody because, her time in the W is going to run short, just to be honest with you. But so I'm going to pull up this article. I don't want to go to the article, but I'll pull up the tweet a little bit. And this is by Vanshi Murdoch. And he tweeted, and there's two parts to this. He said that Clark got some blowback from something that she said in a recent time story. Essentially, she acknowledged that she has certain privileges as a white player. Okay. And a lot of people took that as her bending the knee in this article. We had a big old discussion about it. Some people felt they didn't want to deal with Caitlin Clark no more. Some people wanted to say, hey, I came for Caitlin Clark, but just to see her do this, I can't support her. But, most of our fans, we still going to stick there with her no matter what. So, and she said, and that she wants to do what she can to help ensure Black players who have built the league get more visibility and investment. How does that resonate with you? So, and then this is Aja Wilson. Wilson said, it is powerful to me as a Black woman in the WNBA who we have our struggles in showcasing who we really are. So in my sense, what struggles have you had? What struggles have you had by achieving what you achieve and getting what you get? Like I said, you just got a signature shoe that was in the work for 2 years. So how have you struggled? I could see somebody like Anika say she struggled in the league. I could see Skylar Diggins say she struggled in the league. I could see Tina Charles say she had struggles in the league. You don't hear none of these women talk about the struggle that they came in the league and have because they all have been successful. Now, so she said there's a lot of agendas getting pushed on a lot of different platforms. Stop you right there. A lot of different agendas getting pushed, but the only one that's pushing them is you. And the more you talk, the more you continue to push this narrative, and everybody in the mainstream media feeds back on it because you have these old, you could call them old guards or new foolish, can't find proper research to, and just want to piggyback on these narratives just to continue to push this and feel like Black women has not accomplished nothing. And that's totally wrong, totally false. Black women have accomplished a whole lot in times through sports business, even in politics. They have accomplished a whole lot. So what is this narrative about Black women has not really get anything? You see Black women leading certain companies. You see Black women leading construction companies. You see Black women doing more things that they have probably haven't been able to do in thousands and in years in the past. But we hear from 2024 to 2025, and we continue to still push this narrative to say that nobody's getting anything when Jordan Childs is on a cover of um, Time Life magazine, when Simone Biles been on there, Serena Williams, all of these black athletes has been graced on a cover, on different covers from here from time to time. Angel Reese just been on Vanity Fair. So how is it that black women is not being showcased? See, this is the thing, because she talks, but she don't think when she talking. She just spews out words, and think that her words are valued to what she's talking about. So, and she said, or she also said, a lot of genders get pushed on a lot of different platforms that may have shadow or may shadow us. You work so hard, but you still have to work 10 times harder just to be seen. So we have so when we can have our own counterparts speak up, it speaks volumes to me, because they are in spaces where my path would never be supposed to go. It's crazy that we're talking about it in 2025, but it's real. We see these things as black women. Um, we see where, and I'll continue with the second part of the article in a minute. But I want to go back, and she's talking about being seen in spaces that you never been seen in. Well, y'all pretty much could go anywhere. Y'all pretty much could do whatever y'all want. You accomplish a whole lot. So the narrative that you're talking in this article doesn't even add up with the factual evidence that's being put out there. The thing about it is, Asia Wilson is going to live her life playing victim. Like I said, she grew up in South Carolina. She went to a private school. She been around white people, so to speak. But to use that, and then you went to the University of South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Not too far from where I live right now. An hour and 15 minutes from Columbia, South Carolina. And you would think she went to Clemson. You would think the way she's talking, she went to Clemson. That has black athletes, but it's a predominantly white college, but it does have black athletes on there. And a lot of black athletes are successful. A lot of black students are successful going to Clemson. Not saying South Carolina is bad, but you look at the two, you could look at what college is more successful. I'm just saying. But you would think that for somebody who was brought up the way she was brought up, went through certain privileges points in her life, she will understand that, hey, I made it. I was one of the few that made it and got it to be able to get on this platform. Instead of say, well, I use my platform to enhance other women as well. But you want to continue to use the race-based narrative to continue to push a certain agenda when there's no agenda should be pushed in the first place. What Caitlin Clark has done supplanted anything that you could have done. You could have done this. You could have been just a player that came in, work hard, uplift everybody in the league. You probably would have got a lot of recognition. But again, pushing these agendas minimize and deteriorate from everything that has been good for the WNBA. When you have these certain agendas and you have people like Asia Wilson them continue to push it, it hurts the product. And people do not want to watch. People stray away from it. Thank God Caitlin Clark is a lead, because being honest, nobody probably would be paying attention to the W right now. Only a few probably would, like it's been in the past, but nobody would be this fully engaged. ESPN won't be talking about it. Stephen A. Smith won't be talking about it. You won't be seeing Shania, Ellen and all of them talking about the WNBA like they talking about it now. They won't even get a spot, a WNBA Today spot on ESPN. So the stuff that Asia Wilson, she needs to really dig deep inside and see why she feels this way. But then again, does she feel anything? So let me finish with the next part of this before I even wrap up. I'm telling you, it's just it irritates me. She irritates me, to be honest with you. So she said in this second part right here is that um I know Clark got a lot of backlash from that, but obviously we live in a world where they don't want that, and it's exhausting. To my point to that is that, yeah, Caitlin Clark got a lot of blowback, but guess what? She shouldn't have to, because she shouldn't even had to say them things in her article in Time Life. She shouldn't have had to be able to say, hey, I feel like the attention should be on all women. That's and to cut it right there. Not just single out, making like, hey, black women deserve more spotlight. They have been getting more spotlight. And this is why it was so hard for us to really dissect what Caitlin Clark is saying. And then we understand that she's young. You don't understand that. But like I have said in the past, as Caitlin Clark gets older and more wiser, she's going to see where she going to look back at that moment and say, dang, you know what? I could have handled that differently. But nonetheless, but imagine dealing with that and then leaving, then having to go out and play every single night, having to constantly have to worry. What do you have to worry about going on the court every single night, than playing, trying to play your best, and you playing in arenas that's full, sell out and everything. But see, this the thing about it is with Asia Wilson, she deems Caitlin Clark as a threat. She didn't deem Paige Beckers as a threat. She don't deem Kelsey Plum as a threat. She deemed Caitlin Clark as a threat. And when you feel threatened, you feel like you have to go on the defenses when there's no defense to be going on anyway. Is so more you should embrace the situation, embrace the opportunity for the league to get heightened more than what it is. This is what y'all should have did. Y'all should have embraced the situation, or embraced Caitlin Clark when she came into the league and say, hey, you know what? She's bringing more eyes to the game. We need to do our part to continue to elevate this game even higher where she already had brought it. That would have gained you more respect than anything. But nope, you didn't want that, because you want to use this race-based situation as a narrative to continue to validate that you're not getting nothing, that you still at the bottom, when that's all factual untrue. So she said, what more do I have to do in order to showcase how elite and how serious I take my job? Girl, if you do not if you do not sound pathetic right now, you go out and play every night. People talk about you. But I also do it with love and passion and fun. A lot of people don't want to see me at the top, and that's fine. But I'm going to be there because I work my butt off. Okay, so if you work your butt off, then that's part of showcasing and going out and play and doing your job every day. That's all you have to do. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to say anything. Just go out there and do what you do. Michael Jordan was never the type of person. Kobe Bryant was never the person. Steph Curry is not even the type of person that go out there and just talk and tweet and always have something to say negative. They've never been that type of person. They play, do the talking, and people recognize they play by like that. But she has to throw a pity party. Oh, poor me. Look at me. I, I ain't getting this. I'm not getting that. When we already know that the Fisher Collar, when the Fisher Collar went the defensive player of the year, she took it personal. She feel like everything that somebody else wins, she's supposed to get, and that's not the case. You can't win everything. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Take it on the chin and regroup and better yourself for the next run. That's all you have to do. That's what a competitor does. A competitor never cry out racism just to make sure that I should be talked about. I should receive that. No. If you're a competitor, you work your butt off hard and go out there and compete to say, hey, I want this the next time. So let me see where I was at on this. And this is the point that irritates me the most right here. I have a privilege in a lot of different ways, but I can't be in spaces where a lot of the black women, white women, however you want to see it, or not. But that's where I'm going to try to use my privilege of being a professional athlete to help others. Okay, now that part right there, when I first read it, that bothered me the most, because you sat back and say that Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers or Kirsten Plum, they should not acknowledge their white privilege, but then you turn around and say, I have privilege too. I have privilege. Which is it? You don't have privilege or you have privilege? You have privilege because you have cheese, or you could be in spaces, or you don't have privilege, or you can't be in the spaces. You see how she contradicts herself in this article? She really contradicts herself in this article by saying that. And if I picked up on this, I'm sure everybody else picked up on this. I'm not going to read any more of it, but nevertheless, you see what I'm talking about. She pretty much contradicts herself. She pretty much say, oh, I don't have privilege. Anytime somebody white accomplishes something, it takes away from us as black women because we can't be in these same spaces. But she just literally said that she has privilege and she could be in a lot of different spaces. I could be in spaces where a lot of black women, white women, however you want to see it, are not. But that's where I'm going to try to use my privilege to be a professional athlete and help others. That don't even make sense. That right there don't even make sense in itself, because she contradicts herself. I just said a few minutes ago, if you feel that way, you should work hard and help. I just said a few minutes ago, y'all should embrace Caitlin Clark and help elevate the league together with her. But again, you want to play the race bait, the victimhood, and continue to think that, hey, I can't get this. I ain't getting this. But then you highlighted that you are getting something and you have privilege. Anyway, man, to me, highlighting her as Woman of the Year for Time Magazine, whoop-de-doo. I'm not impressed by it, because all of this, every time she accomplishes something, she's going to open her mouth and she's going to continue to dig herself a hole, because I'm going to hold on to this, because anytime she opens her mouth, I'm going to come back to this statement in this article and show why she is the most unlikable, despicable person that I really least want to watch on TV. I don't like. I mean, I can't even imagine being her teammate. I can't imagine her being her teammate. But anyway, let me know what you think about Miss Race Bader and her Time Life Magazine Award. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, Livewire Sports. And I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.